I'll just record my face. Alrighty, welcome everyone. This is a keto crazy cook up, spur of the moment impromptu class, so I don't have everything completely prepped, but bear with me. We've had a request to make some keto things, so stick around because we are going to make 3 amazing dishes if possible. I've got the ingredients for them. They are keto bread rolls, a keto cheesy cauliflower bake, and also some keto cauliflower breadsticks. So we're going to give those a go today and see what they're like. I have heard great reviews about the keto bread rolls, and I think we'll make a start with them first. So what we'll do, if anyone's got any questions, please pop them in the comments below, and or unmute and you can ask me your questions. So let's get going. And love to hear, Nick, if you're on a keto diet, if you're new or if you've been doing it for a while, and what you've been making. Now, what I'm going to do, I've programmed the recipes into my weekly calendar. So I'm just going to bring up my week, and I put a few keto ones in here to choose from, and then Sonia's chosen the 3 she's interested in, so we're going to do those today. So we're going to start with the bread rolls. I think we're going to do over here, and let's just check one thing. Alrighty, so we'll hit start cooking, but first of all, just show you that I don't know if you can see from that angle, but we've got the recipe on the screen. We've got the ingredients and the prep steps as well. So we're just going to hit start cooking, and it's going to guide me along. So I'm going to take the lid off. I'll give you a quick squeeze inside. We've got the blades in there. This is a 2.2 litre bowl. And the blades do everything from chopping to milling, grating, stirring, cooking, and kneading and more. So those blades always stay in there, and you can take them out easily for washing. So I'm going to pop in 3 eggs. They're from our chickens. We'll pop those in first. And that's what I love about making your own thing. Oh, it's Shirley. Husband Zoo. Oh, welcome, Shirley. Now I know who it is. Yeah, excellent. I'm glad you could jump on. Well done, Shirley, for finding this Zoom. I didn't advertise it that much because it was for a private session, and I thought, hang on, I'll invite everyone and give them a last-minute invite. Alrighty, so we got the eggs in here, and I'm going to put cream cheese. So keto, lots of eggs, lots of cream cheese, lots of cauliflower, lots of normal cheese. Alrighty, so let's put in a bit of cream cheese. And that's what I love about being a consultant, is just trying things that I probably wouldn't normally try. I dabble in all kinds of diets. I've dabbled in paleo, keto, raw, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free. And I sort of like to have a mixture of different foods, so that I'm not missing out on one thing or the other. But the one thing that I personally do miss out on is red meat. I don't like it. And very, very low on chicken and fish as well. But that's my personal style. Everyone is different. And yeah, that's what I love about Thermi, is we can choose our ingredients, where they come from, and what we actually put in and adapt our recipes to. Now that's the cream cheese. I just broke it up a bit and whacked it in with the eggs. And 15 seconds, we're just going to combine all that. Excellent. And Thermi chimes for us when it's done its thing. And let's check it out and see if it's mixed it to our liking. If not, we just can repeat, obviously. But look at that. That's really beautiful. And it's reminding me of a cheesecake so far. Let's scrape it down a little bit and we'll just check what's coming up. So next we want to pop in some sunflowers. So our recipe is, we've got Annette Bloomfield. Annette coming in. Not sure if you know Annette Deb. Can't remember what I was saying now. Welcome, Annette. Welcome. We've just started some keto bread rolls. So now the recipe is letting me know that sunflower seeds are next. We've popped the scales on, and I'm weighing in about 30 grams of sunflower seeds into our bread rolls. What's next? Some flax seeds. I've got golden flax seeds. Got them somewhere along the way. I think I bought these ones in bulk. So golden flax seeds. And I think they're also called linseeds, those ones. Some raw almonds. I get these ones from our local farmers market. So I'm going to pop those in. We're wanting about 50 grams. Don't you love the inbuilt scales, Shirley? Now, Annette, your name rings a bell. Are you, did you come in from my invite, or are you one of Deb's friends? Deb, who's on the call, has some friends that we're doing this session for. I'm not sure if you're one of Deb's friends or if you're not connected. Now, I've popped 30 grams of coconut flour in here. I did pre-weigh that, so let's whack that in. I just put the psyllium husks in just before. So psyllium husks are going to sort of be a good binder. Same if you didn't have them, you could probably do chia seeds. If you wet them, make them all gooey and whack those in. Coconut flour, again, is going to absorb a lot of the liquid. So that's going to be great as well. Baker's flour, oh, there it is. Baking powder, we just need a teaspoon. Make sure it's gluten-free if you are cooking for a gluten-free person or celiac. So a teaspoon of baking powder into our bread rolls, and a teaspoon of salt into our bread rolls as well. There we go. And then we're going to combine all that. So this is going to be up on speed 7. We've got all those almonds in there. We're going to crush that. So I'll just not talk for 20 seconds. Oh, great, Annette. Well, welcome from Deb's group. That's awesome. Now let's whiz up to speed 7. We're going to crush all that into a nice mixture. Awesome. Let's have a look what it's looking like. And the psyllium husks are going to really thicken that up, and the coconut flour will really thicken that up in a little moment. So this is what we've got at the moment. That's all fully milled, those almonds and those seeds, and it's thickening up already. So what we're going to do, I'll just scrape that down. And we're going to set that one aside for half an hour. So that's why I've done this one first, so we can look at that towards the end. So we will cook together for about an hour today. We're doing the 3 dishes. And any questions as we go along, please feel free to let me know. Here we go. So we have inbuilt recipes in the Thermomix. This is connected to the Wi-Fi to our recipe platform, Annette. And I've just looked up the recipes online there. You can also save them to your Thermomix as well. So you don't need to be connected to the Wi-Fi. So we're going to set that aside. It says to set into a bowl and cover for 30 minutes. Put the oven on. Place the plate, mix seeds. Okay. Just a second, haven't done this one before. What I will do is I'm going to pop it into the Thermomat, which is this one. Now, these ones are awesome. It's called a Thermomat, and it's actually available as a host reward. So if you're doing doughs and things, this one's a great one to have, perfect for pizza doughs and bread doughs and all kinds of things. And today we're using it sort of like a gluten-free bread roll here that we're making. So it's obviously a little bit different to a regular gluten dough. Lovely. Okay, there we go. So I'm getting the mixture out, and it's already thickened up nicely. Oh, it smells good. It smells half like a cheesecake with all those, with that cream cheese in it and the eggs. Excellent. Now I'm just scraping it out. Thermomix comes with a spatula, and if you make friends with your spatula, it's easy to get everything out. And I can give you more tips. Shirley, I don't know if you need more tips with your spatula. Here's one tip. So I've got about this much out of my bowl, and I want to get a little bit more of those blades especially. So what I'm going to do is jump out of the recipe by pressing home and tap on the speed. I'm going to whiz up to speed 9 for a second. Just for a second, then we press the selector dial. And then we're going to be able to scrape off a little bit more, so you can see it's now around the edges of the bowl and off of the blades. So now I'm just going to scrape around the edges of the bowl and around the center of the blades just a little bit, and look how much I've got off of that, and maybe a little bit up here on the edges of the bowl. And now this is what it's looking like. I then wipe that on the edge of the bowl, Shirley, like that, and then I can flick it down. Sorry, can't see with the camera angle. Then I flick it down. That's how I get it off. And I do that with dips and cake batters and all kinds of things. So I whiz it up to 9 and then around the edges, but the key is to wipe it on the rim. So that way you're not having, that way it comes off the spatula easily. And Thermi washes itself. So I can pop some water in there and hit pre-clean mode and get Thermi to wash itself. Right now I will, I won't do that because I want you to be able to hear me quite clearly. So I'm just going to do it by hand. Just quickly so it doesn't just in case we need this extra bowl later on in our cooking session. I'm going to give it a quick little rinse. There we go. So I'm just giving it a quick little rinse and leave it there. What I will do with this dough is just wrap it up a bit. Move the camera down. Wrap it up in the Thermomat, and this is what I love. So we do the long edges first, and then we just go like this. You can qualify as a host reward if you have 2 people here as well, so 2 virtual sessions. So you can grab one of these highly discounted, actually get a pack of 2 different ones for $25 as a host reward, and these are normally retail at $60. So getting 2 is awesome. That one I'm going to put aside, and we will move on over to the other side of my kitchen because I've got a second Thermi set up for today. So I'm just going to swing you around. You get to see all my dishes. Let's have a look. We're going over here. Let's see. And over there we're going to make, is my camera needing to be a little bit clearer? Might just even wipe my camera just in case. Where's my camera? Just a sec, guys. I don't know if that. is any better. Probably not. It's worth it anyway. Clean your camera. All right, let's make the next thing. So over here, I've got, you can see a beautiful, I'm going to bring you guys a little closer. Beautiful, huge cauliflower. Got that one from Farmer's Market, and it's even got little bits of purple on it. So there's little bits of purple. Sometimes there's purple cauliflowers. It's a huge one. Now, let's have a look again. I'm going to press my week because I've popped today's session in. And I'll just turn this other screen off. Don't need that one on. Alrighty, so over here we're going to be doing, what one are we going to do? The keto cauliflower and Brussels sprout cheese. So if you don't like Brussels sprouts, turn away. You could use broccoli though, or asparagus or something like that, I'm sure. And just double check that those veggies are considered keto because I'm not sure. Alrighty, so let's press start cooking. And we've got some mozzarella cheese. So that's what I went and got. I've never made mozzarella cheese. I've been making halloumi though. If you'd like to know more about that, I can tell you about that. I've just chopped it up roughly and we're going to whack it in. There we go. And going to chop that up in the Thermi. Just grab a measuring cup. There it is. And so the step-by-step recipes are guiding me through. So I don't need to know how to make halloumi or how to make bechamel sauce. The recipe is going to guide me through. And yes, you can pretty much make anything you want in a Thermomix. So I'm just going to whiz this up for 5 seconds. And we've just grated it pretty much. That would have pretty much decimated it with that 5 seconds. Let's have a look. Probably like a paste by now. You can do this for any cheese. Tasty cheese, parmesan, all that kind of thing. Oh, there we go. Pretty nice. Nicely grated. So if you don't want it as grated, then you could do it at a lower speed for less time. So that's how it works. And now I'm going to get that out and pop it into my little cup. Back into my cup, and we'll be using that a bit later. Next, we're going to steam some cauliflower because we're making the cheesy cauliflower bake right now. Now, if you're not keto, because I know some people that are watching aren't keto, we can obviously do non-keto things as well in our Thermomix. So pretty much whatever you want to make, you can. Love to hear in the comments what things you would be keen to try out in this wonderful Thermomix. Bearing in mind we've got built-in scales, we've got precise temperature, and we've got different speeds and different abilities of the blade. Now, I should have got a bigger bowl. Can't see what I'm doing, can you? Should have got a bigger bowl because it's hard to get that mozzarella back in. But what we're going to do is there we go. It's always bigger once it's grated than it was before it went in. So I'm going to give that a really quick rinse, and then we're going to steam the cauliflower. And we're going to pop the oven on as well. Get that on. Alrighty, so the recipe's even prompted me to put the oven on, which is pretty awesome. And getting a tray ready. I've just got a lasagna dish ready. And I'm going to pop some water in because Thermi can steam things as well. So often I will actually be making like a soup or a curry or a pasta sauce or even rice down the bottom. And I'll steam veggies up the top. So but today we're just going to steam water using water because we don't want to make anything below at the moment. I certainly could whack in the steamer basket and pop some eggs in. So this is what the steamer basket looks like. So I could technically make some boiled eggs at the same time. You want boiled eggs, love?
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty, why don't we give it a go? Because we've got lots of eggs to use up. I think. Yep, 1, 2. Let's boil up, say, just 3 eggs. I'm going to whack those in as well. So may as well utilize the steam for multiple things, right? And as you can see, you can adapt. So I've just put water down the bottom. I've got some eggs here. They're going to be steamed, but they taste like boiled eggs. And we're going to pop that lid on. And this thing also comes with the Thermomix. This is called the Varoma. Goes on top like this. And I've actually popped my Brussels sprouts in. Now, again, if you don't like them, just put broccoli in instead. So we're going to pop those in. You can even do like sweet potato or carrot or whatever you like to do. And I'm going to put in some cauliflower as well. So because I wanted to show you my beautiful cauliflower, I didn't pre-cut that one. So we might do that. Now the tray comes with a Thermomix as well. And usually I put things like asparagus or things that are a little bit more fragile on top. So get my knife. But we will follow this recipe and keep that up there, and that might help with the airflow as well. It is asking us to put it on the tray, so we'll just give that a go. Some florets. So I'm just going to cut that into pieces about this big florets, and we'll whack that in. Okay, I might cut that one down a little smaller. We've got guinea pigs that eat off some of these little bits, but you can actually roast those and make like a beautiful pesto in your Thermomix and like a dukkha in your Thermomix as well, and you know, make a beautiful roasted sort of spiced cauliflower, including all those sort of other bits there. Let's pop this in. Here we go. So with entertaining season coming up, and depending on which states you're in, picnics and different things have opened up. What a perfect time to start making some yummy, delicious things and share them with friends. There we go. So I typically wouldn't bother with the tray. I'm going to like do that today. I'm not going to bother with the tray. I'm going to just whack it all in there. I reckon it was getting a little bit high, and we want a little bit more. Just leaving the tray there, so my weight is, there we go, 505. Just needed to have the same weight happening. Alrighty, so I think we're going to like pop the lid on, and we'll give that a bit of a steam. I'm going to just pop these last few little bits in as well, because otherwise they'll go to waste. There we go. There we go. And we're going to Varoma steam those. So it's got 15 minutes on the clock. It's got the temperature preset for me, and it's asking me to turn to speed 1. So this is why it's a guided recipe. You can obviously adapt it. So, you know, I might change that to 16 minutes just to make sure my cauliflower gets nicely cooked. And so you can actually adapt it as it goes. You can sort of diverge from the recipe. So we'll leave that one to steam, and then we'll jump over to kitchen 1 and do the third dish. So we're going pretty well so far, I think. Let's keep going. Turn you around, and remember what we're going to be doing there. What are we going to do? Oh, let's see. We're doing the cauliflower cheese sticks, I think, over here in the third kitchen. No, first kitchen. Alrighty. Any questions so far? Oh, you love your Thermomix, Matt, Shirley. Awesome. Awesome. I use it all the time. Self-clean. Yeah, self-clean is amazing, isn't it? There's our keto bread rolls, and I'm going to pop them aside. And let's have a check what we were up to over here. This is what I love about cooking is you can pretty much choose whatever you want to make. It doesn't matter if you've never done it. It's going to be easy and achievable. I never tried anything crazy before I got a Thermomix. Didn't even know how to make pastry. Now just type it in pastry and then the recipe comes up. Raw chocolate, recipe comes up. Ice cream, recipe comes up. So it's just amazing. You can create anything. And saving money as well. I haven't touched on that yet today, but, you know, instead of buying almond meal, which is double the price of raw almonds, that's where we can make real savings with our Thermomix, is buying in bulk and milling it as we need it. So, all right, let's jump out of that original recipe, the bread one, and we're going to be going back into my week and having a little look. Keto Cauliflower Breadsticks. Over there is cauliflower cheese bake. Over here is the breadsticks. We won't get confused, right? It's saying, this one's an American one, so it's saying preheat the oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm not sure how much that is, so we'll just roll with what we've got over there for the cheese bake. Now, let's pop in some mozzarella. It's asking for low moisture mozzarella, which I don't really know what that is. So I'm just going to use the mozzarella that I bought from the shops this morning. Alrighty, so just going to peel that. Have you guys had a go at making cheeses in the Thermi? We can make ricotta, halloumi. What else can we make? What other cheeses? Cashew cheese, all kinds of cheeses. Now let's put this in. It's asking for 7 ounces. I'm just going to use that bowl that we were just using. I'll just tip out the extra bit of water, clear off the scales, and we want 7 ounces. Who knows how much that is? However, the Thermomix has changed over to imperial measurements as needed. So isn't that clever? Let me see. Shirley, what else have you been enjoying making recently? You said hubby's keto. Are you making lots of keto things and doing research about keto? Now, we need to chop all this up. I'm not going to wash the beef. That'll be fine. Let's give that a whiz. Alrighty. Transfer to a bowl. Okay. I might get a bowl. Here's a bowl. And there's a bowl. Alrighty. So we've grated that beautifully again. So pretzel bites to the kids. Yeah, they were good. They're good, aren't they? They're a bit of fun to make as well. We've made them a few times and one of my daughters likes helping. They get boiled and then they get salt put on them and then they get baked. It's quite a fun one actually to do with kids, isn't it? Might keep that one in mind if we do a kids cook along. Make sure there's some adults around though to help with the boiling of them. Now, transfer to a bowl. So we've got our mozzarella ready and we now need Parmesan. So right now, Thermomix this month comes with a free kitchen toolkit, and I actually I used that just before when I was opening up the Parmesan with our kitchen scissors. Not that we need amazing Thermomix scissors to open up a plastic container, but yeah, they're amazing scissors. They do come off great for cleaning, and they will cut anything really well. They come in the kit, and this is free with the Thermomix this month. And you get 6 items. So the amazing scissors, really sharp peeler, great for zesting the peel of citrus and putting it in Thermi and then blitzing it up into a nice fine zest. We have some amazing paring knives, which are here. This one's a brand new kit, so it's still in its thing. These are my go-to knives in my kitchen. They're really good. You've got to be super careful you don't cut yourself though. I did cut myself when I was drying them once, which is not very nice. This one's great for our bread rolls. So it's got a nice sharp serrated edge, but also another like a cheese knife on the other side. So we get this one free with the Thermomix, and the scoop is awesome for sorbets and ice creams. And also meals in a flash cookbook. So you do get your basic cookbook for free and all the time. And then this month you do get a special gift with purchase, which is that one and the meals in a flash. So I will be doing some dishes from meals in a flash and later this month, and to showcase that cookbook as well. Now cheese is going in. We need 3.5 ounces. So again, you can buy Parmesan in a block and grate it yourself. And that way you're going to avoid the anti-caking agent. So that's one of the main reasons I love Thermi, is that you can avoid additives. Great for people that are wanting to avoid additives with kids in baked goods and all kinds of things, and for health reasons as well. Now we've got some cheddar cheese. What's this called? Keto Cauliflower Breadsticks. They should have called it cheesy breadsticks. So again, you can see that I'm chopping up all my cheese into cubes. That's just to aid and protect the blades from having too much pressure when you're chopping. So you can protect your blades basically. Now we want some oregano and dried basil. So I've got this from my garden. I'm just going to get some to fall off of it. I'm still drying it, so I've got it hung up. And it smells great, the fresh herbs. So you guys got fresh herbs in your garden? School holiday activity, that's great. You make your own butter and yogurt now, that's so good. And cheese next, yeah. So we got given a whole stack of free milk that was just on the use by date, Cheryl. So that meant we made a stack of halloumi. I'm going to try freezing the halloumi because otherwise, when you do make your own cheese, if you've got 2 litres of milk, you'll yield about 300 grams approximately of the cheese. So it's sometimes can be a shock that it's lower yield than you might expect. So just keep that in mind when you're making cheeses. But the cashew cheeses are great as well. I've heaps of vegan cheeses I've made. They're really good as well. I'm happy to, I think I've done a class on vegan cheese. I'll see if I've got a recording of that. I've just popped in a little bit of dried parsley that was sort of it was fresh parsley from the garden that was getting a bit limp. So just put that in. It's smelling really good with those dried herbs in there. Probably could put a little bit more because I didn't have dried basil. So I'm going to shake in just some Italian seasoning. Parsley, a teaspoon of granulated garlic. So I don't have granulated garlic, but I do have garlic powder, and I get it organic because hopefully then there's no nasties in it. And a little bit of dried chili flakes. So I'm going to pop some of those in. This is smelling great, love.
Oh, yeah.
The herbs. So that's our oregano. These are little yogurt pots, by the way, and stickers and lids. They're all available from the mix shop if you'd like to create your own little spice things. We also do have spice racks available in the mix shop. I haven't got those yet. Okay, let's pop in some chili. So I'm going to put in, hopefully not too much, 1/4 of a teaspoon there. And now we're going to whiz all that together just for 10 seconds, all those cheeses and spices. Alrighty, that is done. Transfer to bowl with the reserved mozzarella and set aside. That's what it's looking like. That cheese all grated. We grate our cheese all the time, and I love this idea of a spiced cheese mix, love. Oh, spiced cheese mix. So I'm going to see if that fits in the bowl. There's like so much cheese. You wouldn't want to be keto and dairy free. That probably wouldn't work. For anyone on the call that is gluten-free or dairy-free, obviously we can make dairy-free versions of bechamel, dairy-free versions of cheesy sauces. Alrighty. And dairy-free everything pretty much, but today it's not that class. Now we want to pop our cauliflower in. So I did pre-cut this one, and we've got Diane coming in. We'll let her in. I've pre-cut the cauliflower into just florets about that size, and pop that one in as well for our cauliflower cheesy bites. Welcome, Diane. I can send you the recording because with the time difference, it's we're already 48 minutes into our class, so I can send you the recording. But thank you for joining. I was wondering how you're going and if you're back from your holiday, because I wanted to touch base for your next Thermi lesson. So thanks for jumping online. Welcome. We are doing our cauliflower breadsticks, and I'm just going to whiz those up now. So that was just 3 seconds on the clock in this recipe, and that was cauliflower florets, about half a cauliflower actually. Let's see if it's done. Looks like I need to redo it because it's pretty much done everywhere, except for there was a big one just sitting in the middle that didn't get sucked into the vortex. So we're just going to do that part again. Let's see if the recipe counts that. Oh, it is. So it's assuming that might have happened, and it's getting us to do another chop. So that's convenient. If it hasn't, you can just press back and redo it. And bearing in mind, you can pop in your spatula and give it a little stir. That probably would have assisted too. But let's have a look. And the spatula is the only thing you can put into the Thermomix while it's going. Handy for stirring things like if you've got a really full salad or a sorbet or something. It's all done now. Sort of pulverized it. Let's take a look at the next step. Now, Diane, we've just previously grated up some mozzarella, parmesan and tasty cheese with some dried herbs and some chili. This is the cauliflower breadsticks. And it's now asking to keep the measuring cup in and to give it a cook. So I'm just going to turn it on. It's got 6 minutes on the clock. It's an American recipe, so it's got 212 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's just on a low speed 1. It's going to stir and cook for us. Over there, our cauliflower is steaming, and it's got 54 seconds, so that was well timed. We'll go over there and have a look at our cheesy cauliflower bake while this one's cooking, hey? Also need to do our little bread rolls as well. Didn't know if I could get through all 3 dishes in this session, but it's a bit of fun anyway, isn't it? Going to have a sip of my drink, and then we're going to go over to our cauliflower. Now in our bread rolls, Diane, we just whisked up some almonds, sunflower seeds, flax seeds, and a few other things, lots of eggs and some cream cheese. We have a dough mixture here, which we will deal with next, one of the next things. And but right now we'll just go over there and check out our cauliflower bake. Alrighty, so this was an impromptu class. I haven't written the run sheet and all that kind of thing, so I wasn't sure if it would fit in, but that's all good. Oh, looks like I might not have had the lid on completely, but I think it's all good. So remember to open up your varoma away from you. So don't sort of peek open like this, because the steam will come out. And you can see mine's close to the bench, so sometimes I pull it out a little bit or turn on the extractor fan. And I use the lid as a drip tray. So I'm going to pop that on there, because underneath there are little holes so the steam can get through. And then that's a drip tray. Now let's take a look. And it says to just pop the cauliflower into the tray. Let's see, can you see that? Fine. So we're going to just pop that in, cauliflower and the what are they called? Brussels sprouts, they're in there too. You can put whatever you want, broccoli, whatever. Now, let's get those little leaves out too. There we go. Now remember, we snuck in a few eggs into our steamer basket just for fun. So they got a 16-minute cook, so that would make them really hard boiled eggs. If you wanted them softer boiled eggs, then we would have taken them out at the 12-minute mark. So I'm just going to grab those out now. I'm using my spatula to pull it out. And I'm going to pop those under some cold water and just pop them in a bowl. I'll just pop them in a bowl of cold water. And what we're going to do is just whiz up some flavour for our cheesy cauliflower bake. So I've just tipped out the cooking water. I'll get rid of my steamer basket and we will do the next step, which is making the a little bit of like flavouring for our cauliflower bake. Just going to wipe this down. I must have dripped that with the aroma. All right, next step is 2 cloves of garlic. So I've got those, I've just pre-peeled those, and we'll whack those in. We're going to give them a chop so you get to see how finely it's going to chop. Now, because it's still registering as being hot, it's going to start slowly. It's still a hot bowl. You can see the red lights. You might be able to see the red lights. Okay, so normally if it wasn't still registering as hot, it would have whizzed it up straight away. Let's just see if it did it effectively. Yes, it did. Beautiful. So those 2 large cloves of garlic are now all beautifully chopped. So if you would like it any finer, just scrape down and re-whiz. And we want some cream cheese. I'm just going to grab a spoon because I'm just going to, didn't want to use the spatula and contaminate my cheese. We're not going to use all of it. So I usually break up cream cheese into bits when I put it in for a cheesecake or something. And yeah, that's it. Keep this one. I'll use that for something else. Let's have a look what else. And let's see. It's now asking for some whipped cream. So we've got our garlic in there, our cream cheese, and some pouring cream, which I actually buy in 2-litre containers from the farmer's market as well. Actually, I just remembered I'm going to be I think I'm doing a cooking class next week. I'll have to look at my diary. lost track of the days, but I think I'm doing making butter. I think I'm making butter and buttermilk bread in our Easy Essentials class. So Diane especially, I'll give you an invite. Haven't caught up with everything yet. I'll give you an invite because that will be a great one for a new Thermomix owner. And anyone else who would like to, I'll be doing butter, whipping cream, buttermilk bread, and another lady will be doing mayonnaise from scratch and a coleslaw, as well as we will be giving tips along the way. So this is actually, whoops, this came out. This is actually some butter I've made previously from that cream. Just pop that in. That should be about 20 grams. Yep. And this is a little butter bell. Pop that in. It seems to start, it's fallen out of the top there. Okay. Now what else do we need? We've got some butter, and then we're just going to pop our seasoning in, bit of salt and pepper. You could add chili or nutmeg, whatever you wanted. I'm going to do some salt and pepper. Oh. Just going to shake in some pepper and pinch of salt. I think my salt's over here now. Alrighty. There we go. So we're just going to cook up this mixture, and I will scrape down the garlic a little bit so that goes down. Remember not to bang on the edge of your thermo. We're just going to wipe on the edge so that we protect the scales if the bowl is in there. There we go. 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. That one's going to cook. So this is our cheesy cauliflower keto dish. That topping that we're making right now, we'll pour on top and whack it in the oven. So let's, normally this kind of thing I would have planned, and I'd have some helpers so that we would have a few different kitchens, but it's all good. It's all working, right? And over here, remember we are doing the cheesy cauliflower breadsticks, and we just cooked the cauliflower for 6 minutes. It almost looks like mashed potato, which a lot of people do, don't they? Cauliflower mash as well, instead of if you're avoiding potatoes. All right, allow cauliflower to cool slightly. All right, I'm going to give it a stir. See, I haven't memorized this recipe. I've got it on my screen. I can show you a close up if you like to. Place cauliflower on a clean kitchen towel and squeeze out as much water as possible. All right, give it a nice stir. This would be a good job for the kids to put in a bowl and then fan it. That's what they do in Japan with the rice. Kids' job. Give it a fan. Cool it down. What I'm going to do is just move some of these out of the way. And get a clean tea towel. And where's the tea towel? Which one should I use? So I'm going to, this one's a holy one anyway, so we'll do that. Then I'll give it a wash. So I'm going to put a little mat down. Here's my holy tea towel. This one I think was meant to go in the rags container. Actually, that might not work. I'm going to pop that one in the rags container later. Chop it up so it doesn't get confused next time. Let's see if we can find one that doesn't have holes. So our cauliflower doesn't sort of escape. All right, so I'm going to pop this, hopefully you can see. I'm going to pop the cauliflower onto the tea towel and give it a squeeze. Smelling really nice, even though it's just cauliflower. I don't think, did we add spices to the cauliflower? I think the spices were just in the cheese mixture. So you can see I'm holding the handle down the bottom when I get it out. That's an ergonomic handle. Makes your cooking a lot easier. There we go. Now, all right, that's looking a little bit like mashed potato. And the idea is that we want to squeeze it. And I'm tempted to use the steamer basket as a little bit of a thing that I can press it through. You can see liquid coming out onto my tea towel already. And I'm going to pop it, I'm going to sort of bring it around and put it over the sink. Let's see if you can still see. You kind of can. So just so I don't get, oops, I'm just going to turn the camera slightly. Just so I don't get like burnt hands, I've popped it into the steamer basket and then I'm going to squish it with my spatula. And you can see a lot of juice coming out. It looked pretty dry at first. It looked dry when I took it out of the bowl, but there's actually a lot of liquid coming out. And this is the key when you're doing cauliflower pizzas and stuff, is to squeeze out the juice. I probably could have collected it and added it to something if you want it to be waste free. Added it to pasta sauce or soup. Now I might see if it's cooled down enough for me to use my hands. I'll just flick you around a little more. These are in there as well. Yeah, it's still really hot, but let's give it a go. Oops, yeah, it's pretty hot. And then gloves. Pretty hot still. So what I'm going to do is squeeze on it just with my hands, but use the tea towel. So I'm now just pushing down on it to get the juice out of that cauliflower. The more you get out, the less likely you're going to have a soggy cauliflower. See you, love. Thank you. Now, let's squeeze out as much as we can. I think I could probably squeeze more if I wasn't on a bit of a time frame on the camera, but we might just roll with that. We might just roll with what we've squeezed out now. But as I said, cauliflower pizzas and all that kind of thing, you want to squeeze out as much as you can. Did you want a boiled egg, Jules? They're ready. Do you want one?
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. There'll be other food ready soon.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I just had some.
Okay. Alrighty. So, squeeze out as much water as possible. Dry mixing bowl. At this point, I'm going to get a clean mixing bowl. Because that's what we're going to do to save time. Place the strained cauliflower in and half of the reserved grated cheese. So let's do that. So we'll get that cauliflower out of the tea towel. There we go. That tea towel can go in the wash. There's the cauliflower now. Squished. Half of the reserved cheese. I wonder what we're going to do the other half. Probably place it on top of the cauliflower, I guess. So we're going to put half of that in. Whoop. So yeah, these are called cauliflower breadsticks that we're making, but it's very similar to if you didn't chop them into breadsticks, then it would almost be cauliflower pizza, wouldn't it? One large egg. Now that part I didn't pre-do. This isn't a very large egg. It's probably a small egg, but oh well. What else? And we're going to give that a bit of a mix. So whack our lid back on and mix all that together. Cheese, cauliflower and egg. There we go. Let's have have a look. Scrape down the sides, insert measuring, and whiz again. Okay, so it's whizzed it together nicely. And we're just going to give it another little combine. Combine all that. We might combine again. Excellent. And I'm going to grab my tray out. I'm guessing we need a tray.
07211.
Sorry?
Alrighty.
You know that number?
Spread into a rectangle, 12 inches
What is it?
by 11. 12, that'll do.
Where from?
I'll just mute.
Like a 07 number.
There we go. Okay. Now we're going to paste that onto our tray. So what I've got is a nice rose gold tray with a tray liner. These are from the Mix Shop. I love them. Work really well. So I'm just going to paste all of that on. And I believe we'll probably put the cheese on top and then we'll bake that. We'll bake our cheesy bake, and we'll also form our bread rolls, and we'll bake them all. Hopefully they need the same temperature. If somebody, I needed that temperature, didn't I? I needed one of the temperatures converted. I think it was this one was 430, which sounds like a pretty high temperature. Now, there we go. It's smelling amazing. Smells, it's hard to describe the flavour, the smell. So just leave that there. Now, Diane, earlier in my video, I've described how to get more off of the blades and stuff with the spatula. So you can go back and watch that later. Pat mixture into an even layer and bake for 25 minutes. When do we put the cheese on? Carefully remove from oven, sprinkle with remaining grated cheese and bake a further 6. Oh, okay, yep. So if this was a cauliflower pizza, we'd do a very similar thing where we'd bake the base, and then what you do is you put your tomato paste on and then your toppings. And cauliflower goes really nicely with tomato. Like, it's a great food combining thing with the cheese and the tomato. Apparently it's good on your belly. Now, some wet hands might help me here. That's what I'll do. I'm going to wet my hand and then I'm going to spread it out. See if that helps. Yep. Wet or oiled hands always helps, and getting it sort of not too thick, because you want it to be able to cook through, not be too gluggy. But remember, there's beautiful cheese in this paste, so it's going to be real tasty. And let's try and get that into a rectangle if you can, and we will bake it. Don't want that edge to be too thin because it will kind of be crispy. Alrighty. There we go. And I am creating a bit of chaos in the kitchen today, aren't I, Jules? There we go. That one's going into the oven. Hopefully I've got it at the right temperature. We'll pop that in for 25 minutes. We'll check it along the way. So that's our keto one done. I'm going to pop water in that and let it wash itself. We put about a litre of water in, and I'll let that wash itself a bit after, which is great. It's a bit like a dishwasher. You just set it going, and it will do itself. It heats up and then swishes around. Let's get those little bread rolls done as well. But our cheesy sauce is done for our cauliflower. So let's quickly whack that on. Where we are, we've gone over our hour. Hopefully you're happy to keep watching. And let's check this one. Pour the sauce over vegetables and drizzle with reserved mozzarella. Now this hasn't quite, I mustn't have broken up the cream cheese quite enough. It's still, I can still see a little bit of the cream cheese in lumps. So I think it would be okay. I'm just going to squish it a bit. There we go. And we're going to pour that over. Have you ever made scrambled eggs with lumps of cream cheese in them? I think that's another keto thing. And that's delicious. So I'm just going to pour this on. There we go. So our creamy, cheesy sauce is going to be delicious. I should have moved those flowers off my oven. The light thing up there, are they? There we go. And we'll get our bread rolls in too. We just need to shape them, pop them on a tray. And I think we will put some seeds on them as well. And I might post a picture of the outcome of the rolls. I'm sure probably won't see them all fully cooked. So there we go. That's going in. And I'm going to pop the cheese that we grated before on top. Mozzarella cheese. So as I said, a lot of delicious cheese in today's menu. There we go. Alrighty, and a little bit of cream cheese there on the spatula. Whack that in as well. And put some cheese on the what's it called? Brussels sprout. And I'm going to whack that into the oven. Might whack that in a bit later because this one wants 180 and I'm pretty sure the other one wanted a bit higher. So I'm just going to sit that one there for a moment and then we'll bring the temperature down. Let's shape those rolls, hey? Let's shape the rolls and we'll see how easy that is. Hopefully it's easy. And I'm going to keep that cheese, remember, for our cheesy breadsticks. Let's have a look at our dough. So that is our keto bread roll dough. And I'm just going to bring that recipe back up by pressing home button, and we could go back to my week and the bread rolls. And let's see where we were up to. So I'm going to scroll down and I can see, I'm just going to tap the fourth paragraph because that's where we were up to, and it brings us back to that part in the recipe. It's saying to place a plate onto the mixing bowl lid. Let's have a look. Get one from over here. Plate, and then we're going to pop some seeds in there for garnishing. It's just using it as a scale really at the moment. Seeds, I'm going to put some sesame and sunflower, and what else? Maybe some more sunflower. There we go. So it's just giving us an estimate. Great for people who are, wanting a bit more of an estimate there. Let's have a look. And divide the dough into 6 portions. I might leave that up there because my bench space is limited. And probably could have I'll keep using that spatula, that's fine. So dividing it into 6 portions. So remember not to use a knife when you get your thermomat because it will cut your thermomat. So instead you can use a spatula, or I've got one of these bowl scrapers from the mix shop. Now that I can smell something delicious coming from the oven, must be our cauliflower sticks. Now I've just chopped that into 6 pieces. Form into desired shape with damp hands. Place onto plate with seeds. Then roll the dough into the seeds. So this is 6. I mean, if you wanted them smaller, you could. But we'll do 6 today because I'm thinking of using these for burger buns with my halloumi that I've been making. Might make some halloumi and I'll do some red onion relish in the Thermomix, which I've been looking forward to making. Again, we're using the high heat temperature. Now, this has been really easy. It's not sticky, which is awesome. I'm making them nice little round shape, and then I'm going to roll them in the seeds. Awesome. And we'll do that with each one. And place it on a tray. So I've got another rose gold tray. We'll pop the liner on, and then I'm going to place that one on the tray. So we'll do that with all the 6 of them with wet hands, and into a bowl. You can do it quickly like this, and there we go. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with the texture and the ease off, and that would have been the psyllium husks and the coconut flour that's made it easy to work. So that's good. I think we've managed to do it, ladies and gentlemen, if there was a gentleman watching. It's always fun to do a new menu, try new things. Here we go. Pop that one there. And I'd love to hear what you guys are doing for the rest of your day. Let's just scrape that one off. And if you're going to be doing some cooking, what you might be inspired to make. Probably only needed 1 cauliflower for today. I did grab 2 and a second one just in case. But yeah, you could probably just get by with 1. Got the broccoli there because I was thinking of doing broccoli and cauliflower bake because broccoli is one of my favourite veggies. Sonia is trying to get in. Oh, sorry. I didn't see Sonia trying to get in. Sorry, Sonia. Hopefully you're watching the recording. There we go. So Sonia's the lady who's inspired us to do some cooking today. So thank you, Sonia. Awesome. Otherwise, who knows what I'd probably be doing? Maybe scrolling Facebook or hopefully gardening and cleaning. All right. So it's awesome that, you know, we have gone a bit over time by 20 minutes. Welcome to leave if anyone wants to, but thank you so much, Deb, for organising today. This is my 6th little roll. I'm going to pop them on. I will pop photos of the finished products underneath wherever I end up sticking this recording. I'll pop photos of these. This is looking gorgeous. Place onto tray. Score with spatula, it says. I don't think I'm going to do that. Score with, oh, maybe I will. Score. Why don't I score with this little thing? I've got that from the mix shop as well. So we do have, okay, a score. We'll put 2 little cuts in, 1, 2. We do have lots of little things that make your cooking easier in the mix shop. Now, for those, I know a couple of people haven't seen the Thermomix before, so just so you know, everything is included with the Thermomix. There's lots of different ways of getting one, including earning one, which is how I got my Thermomixes. I joined up and I earned, and I joined up 10 years ago in 2011, and I've been loving it. It's now my full-time job, and I run a team of 25 consultants. And yeah, so if you would like more info on joining to earn or getting a Thermomix into your kitchen, we have 24 months interest free, and that is $24.56 a week. So if you think you could save money on making gluten-free bread rolls, milling up your almond yourself, grating your cheese, it's cheaper that way and avoid additives, you know, making some lunch for work instead of taking lunch with you, instead of buying lunch and saving money in all kinds of ways, even if it was just saving money off pizza night or Indian takeaway, Chinese takeaway, you know, Thermies can save you stacks of money. 24 months interest-free means you're getting the benefits straight away, but you're paying as the Thermi saves you money. You use that money to pay it off. So different ways like that. And we also have PayPal. And I believe PayPal has a easy four installment thing as well. So there's lots of different ways of getting a Thermomix on your bench, or if you want a second Thermomix so you can make the most of your cooking time, you can get a second one too, ladies, which makes cooking quicker and funner again. But just the one to start with is very good. I'm going to put this in the oven, and we'll look at the cheesy sticks, and then we might say goodbye and answer any questions. Let's double check the temperature. 210 for 23 to 25 minutes. Okay. Ooh, okay. My cauliflower one's looking done. It's smelling amazing. Let's make some room. And I might pop my what's it called, chopping board over here, and grab out that cheesy bait. Losing temperature with my oven being open. Smelling great. Ooh. Ooh, let's see if they're done. And let's set the timer for, so that wasn't quite the 25 minutes for our cheesy sticks, but let's have a look. Yep, that's done enough. It's cooked it nicely. At this point, I would be tempted almost to put tomato paste on and some cheese and make it into a pizza. But let's do what it said. I think it was pop the rest of the cheese on. Oh, I'm so tempted to put tomato paste on, ladies. What do you reckon? Oh, decisions. Okay. Sorry, Sonia can't get you. We'll have to, I'll send her the recording straight away, Deb. Decisions. We'll just put the cheese on for next time. I might try the tomato paste first. I love tomato paste and pizza-y things, don't you? There we go. And this is going back in the oven. The cheese will melt. And that will be our cauliflower cheesy breadsticks. So hopefully you guys saw a few of the functions of the Thermomix today. And if anyone's got any questions, please let me know. There we go. So I'm going to whack that back in the oven, quickly check the recipe to see how long it was for. I'm going to go to my recently cooked cauliflower keto bread thingos. Resume the recipe. Yep. Okay. Further 6 to 10 minutes at 425. 425 Fahrenheit, which is a fairly high one, and I'm not going to use Google right this second, but we'll do that in for another 6 minutes to melt the cheese. And I'll post a picture of that later. And then after it's done, what we do is just cut it into strips, and that will get you your cheesy breadsticks. So Annette's asked, how is this made into breadsticks? Yes. So that's what we will do. It says to let sit for 5 minutes before cutting into breadsticks. So you literally take it off of the tray and chop it up, and then you have little cheesy breadsticks. And that one will be done then. So that one will be done, and I might just whack the cauliflower one in. Or I'll do it later because it needs to be 180, and we've now got it up at 210. So hopefully that gives you a picture of what we're doing. This is what I'm going to be putting in the oven once the bread rolls and that are out. So that'll be in about 20 minutes time. Our bread rolls will come out. This will go in, and Maggie, this will go in, and that will be done as well. Thank you. And yeah, so we've done a lot of different things today, and you've seen lots of functions: chopping, milling, grinding, mixing, cooking, steaming, lots of different things. So hopefully that was interesting. Thanks, Cheryl Lee, for coming. It's funny we haven't met in person yet, but yeah, it's lovely to have you here today. And upcoming, we've got an Advancing Your Skills class, Cheryl Lee, that you might be interested in. We're making white chocolate and lemon lava cakes in the thermo. We're doing a melted brie and pesto dip entertaining platter, and we're doing what's the other one? So I'm not involved in that one. Oh, and there's a salad as well. It's a roast pumpkin and pesto and pasta salad. So that's coming up, I think, on the 19th of this month of October, and that's Advancing Your Skills. Easy Essentials is next week. I will be involved in. So if anyone wants to join that one, I'm going to do a brioche bread, not brioche, a buttermilk bread, and making some butter as well there, as well as coleslaw and mayo is what Karen's doing. So we've got a few things, and my team's putting on some more classes. So for always keeping an eye on the link, we put up new things pretty much weekly, and can't wait to see you guys another time. Any other questions, please stay on. Otherwise, have a lovely afternoon. Thank you, Deb, for organising today. And thanks, everyone, for watching the playback. Any questions, please reach out. Thanks for joining our pop photo up of the finished results. See ya.